Kia ora everybody, Chris Farhi here from the Bayleys Insights and Data team. Quick weekly roundup of the biggest news in New Zealand real estate. I'm obviously not in New Zealand today, I'm actually over in New York City, so that's Manhattan just behind me. I'm sitting on the edge of Brooklyn next to the Brooklyn Bridge. So backstory here is Bayleys, alongside a couple of other property sector companies, has been helping to sponsor a team of University of Auckland students to compete at the Cornell International Real Estate Case Competition. So myself and Jordan Parrott from Goodman have been coaching the team, popped over to support them and maybe also sample a little bit of the food. A couple of observations about the local market here. So the first is that rising interest rates have had a similar impact to what they have had in New Zealand in terms of a slowdown in the housing market and then impact on commercial office property. Combined with that, they've had a much stronger work from home trend coming through office spaces, which has also impacted the office space market here. That said, there's still a reasonable amount of development happening in certain parts of the city. So over in Manhattan, there's still quite a bit of office development finishing off from, I guess, the prior cycle. And then in other areas like Brooklyn Heights, there's still a reasonable amount of high-rise residential going up as well. The other big thing that happened this week is that probably the biggest flex office or co-work office operator, WeWork, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And so that gives them an opportunity to restructure their lease contracts and things like that. And so a lot of the big landlords over here at the moment are waiting on the outcome of that so they can sort of figure out what to do with their buildings. So yeah, that was quite a big moment, I guess, for the market over here. So then switching focus back to New Zealand. So probably the big thing that's happening in the market at the moment is that at the time of recording, so this is Friday New Zealand time, the new government has still yet to actually form. And so you've got negotiations underway between National Act and New Zealand First around, I guess, their policies and their direction. One of the things that's come up through commentators over the past week is that National's proposed foreign buyer ban might be an area that New Zealand First might not support. And so it'd be interesting how that rolls out over the coming week or two. The one that does seem a little bit clearer is interest deductibility for rental housing. So it looks like that's probably on the cards. And then the other thing that's popped up is the Property Council, alongside a lot of commercial landlords, are looking for a reconsideration of the tax treatment of depreciation for commercial properties. And so over the coming months, it's likely that we're going to see some new government policies come through, which will be quite material for the property markets, particularly the housing market. And it seems at this stage that those policies are likely to be like upside or good for the market rather than bad for the market. The other thing that happened in New Zealand news over the past week was that the latest unemployment data came out. And so that put the unemployment rate at 3.9%. So that means that the job market is still strong, but starting to get a little bit softer as the impact of interest rate rises come through. And just for reference, so we had 3.9 in the latest September quarter. If you went back 3 months ago, the rate was 3.6. So I guess a noticeable softening in the employment market, but under 4% is still pretty strong. Next up, we've got our weekly sales snapshot. So this snapshot's powered by the team at Bayleys Auctions, sample of recent residential sales in close proximity to central Auckland. And so first off, we've got 95 John Street in Ponsonby. So your Ponsonby dream home awaits, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms on 481 square meters, fully renovated. This was marketed by Edward Pack from Bayleys Ponsonby, sold under the hammer for 4.365 million. Now in the apartment market, we've got 6B Shelley Beach Road in St Mary's Bay. This is one of 3 apartments in a boutique building, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, occupies a full floor. This was marketed by John O'King from Bayleys Ponsonby, sold under the hammer for 3.0 million. Then finally we take a short ferry ride away to 1 Grove Road in Devonport, described as gracious character on a Kiwi quarter acre, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms on 1,012 square meters. This one was recently refurbished, marketed by Linda Simmons from Bayleys Devonport. This one sold under the hammer for 3.67 million. So some beautiful homes there, and of course noticeable that we've seen an uptick in the level of auction activity, particularly properties selling under the hammer. Next up, going offshore again, we've got our global partner Knight Frank released their latest Prime Global Cities Index for Q3 2023. And so the headline on this was Global Luxury House Prices Tick Higher. And so the general sort of findings were that there was a 2.1% increase in average prices across 46 global markets. The leaders in this was Manila from the Philippines, 21% up, followed by Dubai at 16% and Shanghai at 10%. And then in terms of drops, we've got San Francisco leading the way at a 10% drop over the past year, Frankfurt down 5%, Vancouver down 5%. And then if you look at the New Zealand cities, so this one tracks Auckland and Wellington, Auckland was ranked 40th out of 46 with a 2% drop, and Wellington was ranked 43 or 46 with a 5% drop. And sort of as we expected, what we're starting to see is that the New Zealand cities are rising back up those indices as some of the other markets slow down and our markets stabilize. So good to see, like, I guess, slightly positive in the news there. Then finally, to wrap up, we've got our property of the week. And so Ankur has sent one through from New Zealand. So he's got one Astilia Lane in Papamoa Beach. So this is described as Pinterest perfect paradise, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on 480 square meters, located in the prestigious Palm Springs. Serving whites and sandy neutrals echo the coastal surroundings. If you want to learn more about this one, contact Nick Fleet or Angela Fleet from Bayleys Mount Maunganui. And then for me, I've got 37 Kohanga Crescent in Marshland in Christchurch. So headline here is set plans dictate a sale before Christmas. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on 806 square meters, situated alongside the Bottle Lake Golf Course. Post-quake 2016 build. If you want to learn more about this one, contact Elizabeth Costley from Bayleys Christchurch. With that said, we'll wrap it up here and I'll get back to sampling the local delicacies. So I hope you're going great and we'll see you next time. See ya.